You are now tuned in to Sound On with B.
But I see how you turn around every minute.
You're not rocking with your boy, Mr. Brought Up Different, man. This right here is for all the tired dreamers out there.
How long have you been in the music industry, and when did you get your start?
Well, I got started doing music. I made my first original song at 11 years old. It was the corn on the cob, the grease in the plate. Get out my way before I be late. Ran into a gate, jumped over it, and landed on the crate.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Yeah, that was my first rap. And then that's when I started making my own music seriously. But I've been in the church my whole life, so I'm from the South, so I got that Southern background where everybody grew up in the church. So I've been doing music my whole life, but I started making my own music at 11.
Okay, and where exactly are you from?
I am from a small town in South Carolina called Pamlico. And to bring it even condenser, my neighborhood that I have to represent is called Middle Branch.
Yeah. Okay, that's what's up. Alright, who are your musical influences and why?
My musical influences, it's kind of crazy because they don't match up to what I do. But the first person where I felt like real emotions from, and I was like, I want to convey that in my music, was DMX, rapping wise. And then R&B side was 112. I'm a big fan of Slim. I actually got to work with 112 and I got to meet him, so that was a big moment for me. And then old school would be James Brown.
Nice. Which artists are you currently listening to, and is there anyone that you wouldn't mind collaborating with?
I'm listening to 6 Black.
It's pronounced black.
Meek Mill, Fabulous. It's a new artist, Summer Walker. I actually got to do a video with her. Y'all check that out. It's called With You.
Waking up to you, to you, to you. I bet they gon' love this. Waking up with you.
Okay, can you tell us about any new projects or ideas that you're working on?
I'm working on a new project right now. It's gonna be a 7-song EP, but knowing me, it might get up to 10 songs. I'm working with a group of guys, producers from California. I actually moved out there and I've been doing a lot of work with them, and the EP will come out probably in the next month, maybe in December. Give a gift to everybody for supporting B.U.D and the Tired Dreamers movement.
So I've had the opportunity to listen to your album, Brought Up Different, and I'm just curious, what's your inspiration behind the album?
My inspiration with music in general is it's therapeutic. Like, I just happen to say things and people like it and gravitate to it. So the Brought Up Different project was really me just expressing myself and really coming out to the world, because I've been doing music forever, but this is the first time I actually put out a full project. Like, people knew me for music, but they didn't really know how deep I was in it. And since I've been doing it, my whole style and my perspective has changed. So I try to bring that to the table and show people where I'm at as a man in life right now.
Okay. What's your goal in making music, and what do you hope that your audience obtains from listening to your music?
My goal is to just make it a full-time career. Like, I want to do what I love. I'm doing what I love. Somebody said that to me. They're like, you're doing what you love right now, and you got to understand that it's just levels to everything. And I really understand that, like, the work I'm doing now compared to what I was doing then is far surpassed it. So I'm living the dream right now. I'm turning it into reality. So, like, the best thing for me is to be like, just wake up and like create. That's the main thing that I'm shooting for. And then I feel like people can take from me, don't give up, and you can accomplish anything. Like, the whole Tired of Dreaming is my brand, because you don't have to settle for seeing what you want in life when you sleep, you can make that your reality. And that's what I represent. Like, you don't have to settle. Like, you can accomplish anything. I'm from nowhere, dirt roads. Like, I didn't see none of the stuff that I'm seeing right now. And if I can do that, anybody can do it.
Tell us a little bit about the beats and the music production on your album, and who does your work? Like any producers that you work with?
I do. I work with a cat named Brian, but to me he will forever be called Cali. He did Answer lately, a couple more tracks. Knockin' and What's Real is done by another guy from North Carolina. Brian and KJ are from North Carolina, but I met KJ online. It was crazy. I met him online, and I finally got to meet him in LA. But he did Knockin' and What's Real. Trying to think. Well, for the most part, I know everybody all the beats. I know the people personally. I try to make my music as personable as I can, so it comes down to the production. To me, being able to vibe with the people who create the sound is key to me as well.
Okay. So now everybody's asking now. Look, I got some messages chiming in. They want to know: is there a ghostwriter behind this album, or is it all you?
Yes, me and God. Shout out to my biggest ghostwriter. Ain't no me ghostwriter. To be honest, man, like my guy finally got to see how I created, and like I start with an idea, and then I go to the studio, and then I just let it come out. Like, I really don't. I try to make it authentic, expressing from me, so everything is done kind of like right there in the moment. There's very few songs that I ever knew everything I was gonna say. My biggest thing is get the hook, and then go into the studio, and then let What's Real come out of you.
Nice. How do you feel about the music industry and artists with labels? And do you ever plan to work with any major record companies if the opportunity presents itself?
I think the industry right now is wide open. How about this? I think life right now for anybody who is an entrepreneur is wide open. You got access to anything you need. You can go research, figure out how everything is done, how a major company do it, how somebody you going, everything is documented on social media. You can Google anything and you can get it done. Everything now is like, how much work did you really want to put in? And I'm building my own brand, so if a label will come in, they will have to take me and my brand. Like, it just comes down to what the business is gonna be and what they feel they offering. But I'm not against label.
Cool. Alright, and do you have any shout outs? Anybody that you want to say hello to, or any special lady out there? Because the women are chiming in and want to know if you're single, if you're ready to mingle.
I'm definitely not single. I want to give a shout out to everybody that's been supporting the movement. Shout out to my hometown. Shout out to my brothers that's been supporting me. Juice, AJ, Gio, all the producers I work with. Like, everybody that's a collective part of Tired of Dreaming. If you support the movement, you are a part of Tired of Dreaming. If you got goals and you want to make it come reality, you are part of Tired of Dreaming. You live in the brand, so that's support no matter what. So that's how I feel, man. I'm just thankful for anybody that's willing to chime in and give me a little bit of their time, because it's precious.
Whoa, we got some Bulldogs chiming in. Did you go to South Carolina State?
I did, and what's crazy is I dropped out. I dropped out. And that is where I really got my start. South Carolina State is how I met one of my best friends, and how I actually developed who I became and been able to move so well, because I built so many relationships with so many great people there. And that's where I really realized that music was what I wanted to do there. And I'm very thankful for that school. Very thankful. But I did go back and graduate, guys. I got my bachelor's in psychology.
All right, and how can everyone find you on social media? How can we find you?
On social media, Instagram, brought up different. Everywhere else is brought up different, but you have to put B.U.D brought up different on all platforms for music. Just put that in and I should pop up. If y'all on Facebook, just put in Bud Judge, but everything else is B.U.D brought up different.
Thanks for tuning in to Sound On with B. Stay tuned.